Here now, Bob Cusack, editor-in-chief for our partners at The Hill. Appreciate your time this morning and welcome as always. Let's start with Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, expected to take over the role as UN ambassador. What does that tell you about Trump's strategy when it comes to foreign policy, especially given recent news of this phone call?
Well, overall, Marni, Trump is picking loyalists. This second term is going to be very different than the first term. You've got to be a real loyalist, and obviously there were some people in the first term that turned on Trump, but I think there are going to be a lot fewer that turn on him this time because if you're not loyal, you're not getting picked. And Stefanik is completely loyal, supported him throughout all the legal challenges with a number of legal briefs. So this is not surprising. She wanted to go into the administration. She got her wish.
So because of that loyalty, I'm guessing you're not surprised that Nikki Haley and, by that extension, Mike Pompeo will not be joining the administration.
I am not surprised by Haley. Certainly, Haley running against Trump, that's a no-no. And Pompeo was thinking about it, but he did not end up running. And over the last week, there's been speculation that Pompeo could get the top Pentagon chief job. So this was a little surprising. That said, there are people around Trump who are not Pompeo fans.
How about Tom Homan? What more can you add to the reporting on him and his background and what we can expect at the border?
Well, Tom Homan is also a Trump loyalist, and he defended Trump in a number of public, whether it's at the convention, as you showed, or he was on 60 Minutes, really defending what Trump is planning as far as mass deportations. So this is not surprising. Immigration being front and center, that is not surprising because immigration, they're going to be as active on immigration as any administration you've ever seen.
And on immigration, another network reporting that Donald Trump expected to announce in the coming days Stephen Miller as a top immigration advisor. What can you share about him, Bob?
Stephen Miller knows immigration inside and out, played a key role in the first term. I think he's going to play a larger role here. Former Capitol Hill staffer, worked for Jeff Sessions, who obviously had a falling out with Trump. But Miller and Trump are tight. And Miller is going to be crafting immigration policy, not only in the immigration space, but in a lot of other policy spaces, like housing, for example. He's going to have his fingerprints all over the Trump immigration policy.
I just want to make note to our viewers watching at home. On the bottom of your screen, you can see President Biden and Vice President Harris arriving at the tomb of the unknown soldier on this Veterans Day. When the president begins to speak, we'll be taking that live here on NewsNation Live. Bob, some other appointments I want to talk to you about as we watch the president arrive for today's ceremony, and that is of North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, as well as energy czar. Any surprise here?
No, this was widely expected. I thought Burgum might be picked as Trump's running mate, as others did. But after he told him that he wasn't selected, he basically called him Mr. Secretary, basically a cabinet position. And energy is the most likely. And honestly, I think he would be easily confirmed.
What about government efficiency and spending? We hear Elon Musk will likely be tapped to do that. Now it's seeming more and more likely. What does that position look like exactly?
That's a great question, Marni. I don't know. What they're trying to do, the Trump administration, as far as reshaping the federal bureaucracy and cutting what Musk wants to cut, $2 trillion in spending, that is unprecedented. So that's going to ruffle a lot of feathers. A lot of people are concerned about that. They've talked about getting rid of tens of thousands of federal workers. So the shape of this, I don't expect Musk to join the administration because then he'd have to give up all his wealth. But he can play an outside role and a very outside role.
Bob Cusack, thank you so much for stopping by this morning. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.